Boy, we got something special today. Here we are at Whitewater Falls, and this is just an awesome place. So first of all, I'll tell you where it's located. If you are up on Highway 11 and you take Highway 130 north, you would go 10 miles. You'll get right to the South Carolina, North Carolina line. You'll pass the park, where you would enter to go up to the north end of Lake Jocassee. And just beyond that, you'll see the sign. It'll turn to the right, and that'll bring you right here to where we are now. From up here, as you saw in our opening shot, you can see back actually over Lake Jocassee. And behind me, you can actually hear the waterfall and see it in the trees. It's just incredible. This waterfall is the largest waterfall in the southeast. In fact, it's the largest waterfall east of the Rockies at 411 feet high, and that's very impressive. It's just an outstanding waterfall. The views, just incredible. We're going to go about 1.5 miles up the trail to the overlooks, and we're going to show you something just, that if you have time to get up this here and come here, you need to come see it, because it is just awesome up through here. And the waterfall is up here in the Jocassee Gorges, right in the middle of the 37,000 acres, and just what a beautiful treasure that we have up this way. Let's go get some exercise, head up the hill, and we'll bring these great views to them here in just a minute. Wow, I mean, that's about all you can say. You come up here and look at this, and the distance that we're away from this thing, and just look how massive the water coming off of that hillside. You think about it, 411 feet and just raging waters over the rocks. Just a beautiful sight. It took us about 5 minutes to walk up here. It was only about 1/2 mile. They've got, when we turn around behind me here, little foothills trail that we'll venture down. You're kind of going through the mountain laurel, rhododendron, and you get a little bit closer. But it's dangerous up here. People have gone out. I know there was a trail back when I was in college that they would allow you to go all the way to the top of the waterfall there and actually walk in the water, but some folks slipped and fell, and they would plunge down just like that water's going now, and it didn't come out so well, so they had to shut that off. But again, there's wonderful trails up here. The beauty is just awesome, and a great place to spend the afternoon, take the kids, do a picnic, bring the dog up here or something like that. But we're going to head down this trail here in a minute, and we'll give you some other vantage points. So we look back behind us. We're looking back south towards Lake Jocassee, and then again back towards Lake Keowee. Was that beautiful? That's awesome, isn't it? Well, we've come over here to the overlook that they've built, and this is certainly the best place to observe the waterfall, and really just shows you just how tremendous this thing is from top to bottom. How many gallons a minute do you think flow that 411 feet? One thing to say about the waterfall, this does feed into the north end of Lake Jocassee, and you can actually go by boat up to the very northwest section of Lake Jocassee, get out of the boat, and actually start climbing up the lower falls. And it's big boulders and rocks, and not this wide, but certainly very pretty coming down through the hills into the lake. And you understand why the water is so clean and fresh, because here's the source of the water that rolls into Lake Jocassee. It'd be an awesome place to take a shower, wouldn't it? Spin around here on the view, show you this area. You can continue on down. They've got a foothills trail. It's really just an access area. There's really no views of the waterfall, but if you like to hike, they do have trails with rocks heading on down the side of the mountain. So Again, nice little walks, not too bad to get up here, but absolutely beautiful. And it won't be long before you'll start seeing the mountain laurel and the rhododendron blooming up in here the months of April and May, so that'd also be a great time to come check it out. Now, if I was a wild animal, this would be my home. We stopped at another little overlook area, and we're looking back south towards Lake Jocassee. And in fact, you can see out on a point as he zooms in where Devil's Fork State Park is. There are about 12 homes just past the state park, and you can make the homes out there on Lake Jocassee. On Jocassee, there are only about 45, 46 properties on the entire lake, and that's just one of the sections where you will find some. The other section being Fisher's Knob, which is a little bit further north, and then there are just a handful of lots that you can only get to by water, which is quite interesting. But you know, again, just the beauty of this entire area, and then, you know, all the area certainly between here and Lake Jocassee and all these woods around consists of 37,000 acres of the Jocassee Gorges that'll never ever be developed, or certainly not in our lifetime. So it's just a wonderful amenity of the area. And if you want to get out and enjoy a relaxing day in these views, I'd highly suggest you bring your family out here, bring a picnic, and make a day of it.